Okay, so I've been getting a lot more requests to share like bits and pieces of my background story instead of like tips all the time. So I decided that in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about like a specific time in my life, and this is the time when I just started to learn calligraphy and when I just started my business while I was working in my old job. So in my previous video here, I did talk about my kind of like my overall journey, but in today's video, I really want to get down into like the beginning part of how I started my business. So before we get into the video, I do want to remind you that you can get access to 15 free in-depth training videos on topics related to how to start a calligraphy business. So these are topics like how to make a website for your business, how to grow your Instagram, how to get on-site events. So make sure you check the link in the description. Okay, so rewinding back to when I first discovered calligraphy, that was in August of 2018. So at the time I just randomly found calligraphy on Pinterest. I was probably like searching up cake pictures because at the time I really liked baking cakes. And you know how you click one thing in Pinterest and then you can look at all the related things. So somehow I ended up on calligraphy or like lettering, and I thought, oh my gosh, like it's so beautiful. And that's kind of where it all started. So I thought, oh my gosh, it looks so cool. Why don't I just go out and buy some brush pens and try it out? And that's what I did. So the next day I bought some brush pens and then I just started to learn calligraphy by myself. I'm like a super DIY girl, so I didn't really want to take any class. I thought, oh, this is just kind of like a fun thing I'm doing. Let me just see what I can do by myself, and maybe if I really need help, I'll like go attend a class or something. So I did that, and around the same time, and I share more about this in my video here, my mom was having some mental health problems, and so when I started to learn calligraphy, things kind of all just worked out because I was starting to learn this new hobby and I wanted to make my mom feel more involved in things. And at the same time, I had on my mind that I wanted to start a side business for real. Like for many years, I've always loved the idea of starting a side business, but I kind of tried to do a couple of things, but they never really took off. And I thought, okay, well, I think maybe this could turn into a side business. So if you are just starting out as a calligrapher, the first thing that you might be thinking about doing is starting an Instagram page. And that's exactly what I did. So in August 2018, I started an Instagram page. You can see right here, this is my first ever post. And I really didn't tell anyone. I just started it by myself and I thought, I'm just gonna do this. I'm not gonna tell anyone. Let me just see how I feel about it after, posting a bit of stuff. And obviously my calligraphy wasn't that great at the time. And I thought maybe this is just, something where I can keep track of my progress because I saw other people doing that. So I think that is a great idea if you are just starting out and you don't have confidence in your calligraphy yet. So create an Instagram page and don't even tell anyone. By the way, if you do have an Instagram and you do want to do more with your Instagram, make sure you check out this past video, how to grow your Instagram. So while I was learning calligraphy, I kind of was into the modern calligraphy, elegant that kind of style, not so much the traditional kinds of calligraphy. And so at the very beginning, because I was DIYing things and I was trying to learn by myself, I really had to just look for good examples of how I wanted my calligraphy to be and just kind of follow those people. So if you are just at the very beginning stages of your calligraphy journey and you're kind of thinking about what style you should do, then I would definitely suggest following some other calligraphers where you really like their style and then copy them. Okay, when I say copy, I mean for practice, you can copy what they have written. So let's say on someone's Instagram, you see someone wrote, practice makes progress, and then you really like their style. So what you can do is just copy exactly what they have done and basically mimic their style. And in time, maybe in I would say 1 or 2 months. I would say it took me 1 or 2 months to kind of feel okay with my calligraphy style. So please be patient. It does take time to like hone your style, but I would say after 1 or 2 months, I felt okay with my calligraphy to like share it with people. And that's the next thing I wanted to talk about. So after I had my calligraphy account for about 1 to 2 months, I started thinking, okay, I'm seeing a lot of progress. I'm okay with how my calligraphy looks. I want to tell some friends about it. And you know, actually the funny thing is, like, I actually had a couple of friends find this new Instagram account that I made randomly because it was like in their suggested people to follow. So I didn't tell people, but somehow there were some of my friends who just like found my Instagram, and I was like, oh my gosh. But after that happened, after about 2 months, I thought, okay, I think this is gonna be like a bigger thing. So I want to share like this page with my friends. And so one of the easiest thing you can do to start getting followers and to start like spreading the word about this new thing you're doing is to share it on your personal Instagram if you have one, or your personal Facebook. And that's what I did. I started to share it slowly. I think on my personal Instagram, I would just share it on stories because I wasn't committed yet to sharing it on the feed, which is like a permanent thing, right? But stories are only 24 hours. So I started to share about my calligraphy page on my personal Instagram account. And then I kind of migrated some friends over from my personal Instagram to my new calligraphy Instagram. By the way, if you are feeling a little bit nervous about sharing your calligraphy with your friends or your acquaintances or your network, then make sure you check out this video where I share how I overcame fear and how I built confidence in my business. And if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you take a screenshot of this video, add me on Instagram at Dina Calligraphy, add this to your stories and tag me. I love connecting with my followers and my subscribers, and I want to help you get a couple more followers by featuring you back. So make sure you take that screenshot and tag me on Instagram stories and I will reshare. Another thing I did at the time to kind of spread the word that I was doing this new calligraphy thing is when I met up with friends, like after work, and we were just like having dinner, or when we were just having coffee, I would tell them like in person that I'm doing this thing. And I think it's a lot easier to tell people in person because with social media, you kind of just like put it out there and you don't know what people are thinking. But when you're telling it to like someone who's right in front of you and you say something like, hey, actually, like I just started this new thing, it's calligraphy. Do you want to look at my Instagram? You can see their reaction right away. And I guarantee you, like 99% of people will have like a really positive reaction and they'll actually like pull out their phones and follow you. So after I told a couple of friends and I was like getting a little bit more comfortable with the idea of me doing calligraphy, and I think throughout the whole time, I knew I wanted it to be a business eventually. I was just kind of practicing calligraphy a lot, like every single day for maybe at least 1 hour for the first like 2 months that I was learning calligraphy. After I felt a little bit more comfortable with the idea that yes, I'm going to do this as a business, it was around end of November-ish, 2018, and I thought, well, Christmas is right around the corner, and I'm sure Christmas like is a huge time for calligraphers, and I thought I really don't want to miss out on this chance because then I would have to wait a whole other year, right, to sell during the Christmas time. And so I thought, what can I do? Like, what's a small thing I can do to start this side business? And for me, I thought that the easiest thing to do was to sell Christmas cards. And that's exactly what I did. Make sure you check out this video where I explain all the steps you need to take to sell greeting cards as a calligrapher. So since at the time I wanted to get my mom involved with like art and this business, we made these Christmas cards together, and I actually just kind of like sold them to my friends. Like I would say 80% of my sales were to friends, and not just like close friends, but like acquaintances who bought from me. And the other 20%, or maybe it was 30%, I can't remember, was to small businesses. So I did promote it on my social media, but I also decided to just try out some things and see if I could like pitch these cards to strangers, and it actually did work. And actually in my video, the one where I teach you how to sell greeting cards, I explain how I reach out to people like realtors to buy my cards. So make sure you check that one out. So what I really want to stress is that if you are starting out with your business, just pick one thing to sell, okay, at the very beginning. For me, it was greeting cards. For you, there's a lot of things you could do. And if you are looking for more ideas, then make sure you check out this video on the 10 ways to make money with calligraphy. So you can like brainstorm what you want to do and see what really fits in with your skills and your strengths. So during December of 2018, I would say my side business went pretty well. That was like the first time I ever sold anything. And I made about $500 in revenue, which I would say is pretty cool for someone who's doing it for the very first time. And I had only ever like made money from like working in jobs before. So I thought, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I made $500 extra on the side of my 9-to-5 job. But at the same time, I was also kind of like not sure if I was doing everything correctly. And this is something I really want to bring up because you also might be feeling this way at the very beginning of your business journey. I felt like I don't know if I am invoicing people correctly. Well, what about contracts? Did I set up my business correctly? Did I do everything correctly? Like, what do I do with my taxes now that I made like $500 in December? I had a lot of questions on my mind, and if you also have a lot of questions on your mind, like not being sure if like everything you're doing is correct and doing it like the right way, I would say don't worry. We can all figure things out along the way. We can learn from our mistakes and we can grow and we can improve for next time. So something I was like kind of unaware of at the time when I just started my business was I didn't know I had to open a separate banking account. I was still like keeping track of everything like that I spent on my credit card, and I would like keep track of which things were personal, which things were for business, but I didn't know that you're kind of supposed to open another like banking account, which it does make it like so much easier because once you open another banking account, you can then apply for like another credit card and just like use that credit card for your business purchases. So that is something that I didn't know until like later on. So if you are kind of like not sure or you feel like maybe there are some things you're not aware of, it's okay. Like we're all growing as business owners. And I think even for me, myself, like right now, I am still learning what it means to run your own business after 2 years of like doing this. So I hope this encourages you. And I'm super curious, like where are you on your journey right now? Are you just starting to learn calligraphy? Are you doing this on the side? Are you doing this full time? Or maybe you don't even do calligraphy at all. I'd love to get to know you a little bit more, so leave a comment and let me know what are you up to these days. And don't forget, if you are a calligrapher and you're looking for more resources on how to grow your business, then check the link in the description to get access to 15 free in-depth training videos. And also don't forget to take that screenshot and tag me on your Instagram stories if you found this video helpful or if you found any of my other videos helpful. It really means a lot when my subscribers and my followers reshare my content because I spend a lot of time planning these videos and making these free resources for you. So I would really, really appreciate if you do share my content with your other calligrapher friends. So before you go, make sure you check out this video if you want to hear about how I overcame fear when I was just starting my business, and make sure you check out this video if you're looking for more ideas on what you can do with your calligraphy. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.